Right, let's see what we're up to here. I've done a build and then I've done a rebuild because it was using too many belts, and when I was trying to wire in all the stations I thought this is a bit of a, well, it might still be a bit of a mess, but it was a bit of a mess that used an awful lot of belts. So I picked it all up and I've moved it closer to the station. So this is what we've got at the moment. We've got 6 stations. Let me just zoom out a little bit. We have 6 stations coming in, 4 on this side, 2 on this side. Now I initially built it with 4 on each side. I've ended up taking up 2 of the stations. So here we've got, let me just press Alt there. So there we've got steel, green circuits, red circuits, brick, stone and iron. Now everything goes in, all the belts are sort of merged and then split off. I've got the steel is going to come in here. I've changed the direction of some of these lines because I've now got basically just down to where I had the stations coming in. So on the initial blueprint, the stone and the I think this is iron came in at the middle and sort of went up, and now they're coming in at the top and coming down. So I've made a backup of the world, and we're now in a position where we can certainly turn on this half of the build. I've not finished, I've not connected up or wired in or done anything with the right hand side. It's only the left hand side which is connected in, and we'll see if this starts producing some purple science. So what I'm going to do is, and we shall see how much of an effect this has on the whole base, but we should have plenty of trains available. No station supplying stone. That's interesting. So I might have the stone still being on. So there's a stone mine down there, and this station might just be, and I know there was 2 trains on here because one goes to the smeltery. There's a stone smeltery here, which is collecting lots of bricks already. That's going good. But the train just bringing stone in is just a normal train. I'll have to change this to be an LTN train down there. Or we're not using stone anywhere else in the build, are we? I could just have that being, right, so that is stone for purple science pickup. Right. I will make the stone one. Which one was stone? It's not that. It's not any of those. The stone one was that one there. I will make that an ordinary station. And I will just call it purple science stone drop off. Yeah. Now then, do I actually have now, because it's not an LTN train, I don't actually have a normal train built and waiting at this station, do I? Right, these aren't unloading because... Right, okay. Put that into manual mode. I'm not set the... So these all need to be set for iron. Let's set all those back to automatic. Right, so is everything going into the right places? I need a couple of undergrounds there. So those are going in. Right, we now have productivity modules being made. We have steel furnaces being made. We don't have any rails being made because we don't have any brick coming in, any stone coming in. But, oh no, hang on a minute. Those should not both have... oh no, that's steel. Yes, I'm getting confused between the steel and the sticks. I'm going to have to work out how to fuel it though. And I'll send that going. What fuel have I... I've got plenty of coal here, haven't I? Until full, and then stone, the purple science drop off until empty. Go. Okay, so we do have some brick. We do have some purple science. Okay, so that is... That's good. It means I plugged everything in the way that I expected to plug it in. So, alright, so to-do list. I don't really want to do the to-do list on this one. I'll write it down. I'll do it old-fashioned way with a pen and piece of paper. Train for stone. We need to set the filters on the stack filter inserters. We need to refuel the stone train. And we need to use up this leftover steel. Now, in the meantime, I reckon that's a pretty good test. Because everything was requested, everything was delivered, everything was all plugged in the right way round. Can't argue with that. We're getting some purple science coming out. So what I'll do on the other side is I'll basically sort of mirror this kind of setup. I'll move all this purple science factory to be close to the trains. I'll take up these extra 2 train stations here that we don't need. We only need 6 stations coming in. But yeah, we've got purple science being made. Whether we've got it and being made at the correct rate of knots or not is another matter, but everything here, apart from that, I'll just need to tweak that as well. So yeah, tidy up the iron crossing the balancer, because that underground gets in the way of this underground here. So I did this test on the production science setup, and that was working quite well. So what I've done is I've mirrored it on the other side. Basically, I tore down the whole setup, and I just copied and flipped and pasted what I had over this side and did it again over there. So I'm now in a situation where this is sort of ready to go. So yeah, I moved everything sort of closer to the trains because we use an awful lot of belts to get the stuff off the trains and into there, and then much fewer belts to get the science packs off there and into the train. And I had to sort of move this line around. I had this these lines crossing over in the middle of this balancer, and then this undergrounds here was getting in the way of the other one, so it wasn't working. So I did a little bit of rejigging and moving around. I think I moved this line, the railway line, a few lines further to the left and whatever. But I think this is good to go. Now I've done I've tidied up all the other things that I said I was going to do. So I've built. If we come all the way down to this stone mine down here, I've put in another extra little train to do the coal refueling for the train, and this is just a simple straightforward up and down, forwards and backwards line from there to there's no radar on there, but I've just put an extra couple of little mines on there, and it just loads up this train with coal, and it brings it down here and it unloads the coal, and it just goes forwards and backwards on that line. But I then realised when starting to put the trains on here and set them to go to the from this production science pickup to the 2 drop-off stations in the production science lab in the mega base, that this stone patch, you have a look at the map and zoom back out again, this stone patch is all the way down here, bottom left. Production science is all the way up here at the top right. And that's an awful long way for a little coal powered train to go. So I think I'll keep that stone mine there for the smelting into bricks, because this is an LTN station too. I mean, even then that is a fair distance sort of away from there, and there's plenty of other stone mines up here that I could use. 59 million there. And this one was only, what, 20 something million? 26 million. So I think I will ditch that entire stone mine. Having just finished building it, I'm going to ditch it all and rebuild it and relocate it over to here, because then I can use proper LTN trains. So I can have the stone here, I'll have the brick smelting over here. I'll have a set of LTN trains going forward, just doing this little journey. And again, I think I'll end up putting a couple more depot stations in. And I'm starting to think you can never have too many depots when it comes to LTN stations for a large setup. So I might put a couple more depots in. Now I've finished building the octagons here for the rockets and the research labs. I've put down a few more solar panels, finished the line up to there, started building out more sort of down here and across there. How many do we now have? Let's have a look. 406,000. So I might be sort of, I was planning on doing 500,000. So we might be nearly done with that. And the other thing that I've just finished off here is finally putting in the output, or the trains to come in and pick up the blue circuits. So they come in along this side, they split either to there or there, they pick up the blue circuits, and then they go out on this side. So hopefully that will work. Now I've had an idea. Now we're in a situation here as well where we've got, this is why I need to build more depots. So this train has come back and tried to go into this depot instead of going into this empty space here on this depot. So I think the trains try and go back to the nearest depot regardless of whether it's full or not. I'll have to have a look on the depot. So yeah, this is why I think we need filling every single line with the train might not have been the good idea, but I do need an awful lot of trains, so I'm going to have to build. So I've got a depot there, and I might build a depot in here and a depot in there as well. 2 more depots, and maybe one here right in the middle. And then I can just sort of add a few more trains, but make sure that I've always got more depot stations than I have trains. Now, I've had an idea for how to test all this out. Given that the factory doesn't work properly at full speed until you've got absolutely everything built and then the rocket's being launched and then all the labs doing all the research. But then I thought, right, what if I cheat? What if I make a copy of the world? And I think this world is in a situation now where I can basically save this and then copy the save and reload it. I will build some stations here for dropping off all the different science packs. And then what I'll do is, like I was doing in my sandbox world, using these, are they available here, or do I need to, oh, that's interesting. How do I do this in the main? I might need to go into editor mode. And use some of these infinity loaders just to swallow up. So I might have, this is what I'm planning on doing, research lab stations here requesting the sciences, and then I can just sort of see how the factory works when everything is working all at once. So I've got something set up over here where it's consuming all the science, even if I'm consuming it in a bit of a cheaty way, but I'm still consuming it, and then I can test how well everything else carries on with producing all the science. Right, I'm now in copy of my main world. I've put in another LTN depot. I've built these stations to receive, let's just speed up a little bit to get over here. Right, I put in these stations, 3 on each side. Where's the actual LTN station part of it? It's at the top. So this is for production science, judging by the name of the station, utility science, space science there, and then I've got the turn on the train station names. We've got logistics science, automation science, and chemical science over that side. So all I need to do to give this a test is turn these stations on. So as far as I'm aware, everything is, we'll leave the tags on, everything is ready to go. I'm going to be watching a lot of this from map mode, I think. So we'll find out how well everything works. So, okay. Let's turn on, I don't think it actually makes any difference which order I use to turn these on, because no station supplying production. Yes, I probably need to turn on the stations for the production science labs first, because I haven't made any production science yet. Let's turn that on, turn that on, turn that on. They're all green, right. Let's wander over quickly to production science, which was down here. And we need to turn that on. wander over this side. Now I may not have mentioned it on the commentary, but the reason that there's already steel in here is that I manually sent these, there were some trains full of steel that were had gone back to the depots, so I manually sent them over here to empty them out. Trains are moving. There's already... Right, I need some radars over there. Let's just speed it up to 5 while I'm walking around. So now that these are dropping things off, the chests there are just starting to fill up. Right, train will arrive at depot with... Right, okay. Right, okay. Let's go back, let's abandon this test. I need to set the filters on these. There's one thing that I haven't done. Right, back in a second. Okay, so I've set those filters. And now I'm ready to just turn everything on here for the production science pack. Here we go, lots of things arriving. Some iron, green circuits, red circuits should be some more bricks. Okay, so things are starting to happen on this side of things as well. I think I might wait for this station to start. That's interesting. Okay, I might need to do something with the maybe some extra signals along here. The trains are backing up, waiting to actually get into the station. But they are going in. I mean, the whole point of this test is to see whether, you know, obviously the station's just filling up, so it's requesting absolutely everything all at once. So it's a case of will it still have these traffic jams once everything is working. But all the trains seem to be going in and waiting at a different track. So we can't really complain with that. Yeah, it says no train. Okay, so all the trains... Right, there's probably one train there that's still in manual mode. Okay. Might be a couple of others there. Oh, that's still automatic. That one's automatic. Okay. Those are fluid trains. So we might actually need more trains going in, but you know, I mean, this is just trying to fill everything up all at once, so all these trains are queuing up. What's this train waiting for? Oh no, it's going. It's just going slowly. Right, okay, so it looks like I might need to do something with the signalling because trains are sort of waiting too far back. We are, however, getting some purple science made. So we've got a few trains now working their way back towards the depots. Oh, Right, hang on a minute. Right, there's two trains there that are blocking each other. I don't know why the train won't sort of start finding an alternative route if it's blocked, but oh, okay. Everything has worked its way through. There's only a temporary blockage. But now those are blocked as well. Okay, let's have a think about I think a train will repath itself. Yes, it will. It has repathed itself. Okay, he's cleaning some trains. Right, let's now wander back over to the research labs and turn those on. Oh. First things first. Right, no train to transport recycled iron ore. Okay. Steel 1-to-1. Right, so is it not finding... See, that train is... Right, so it looks like we need more trains on this side to feed the iron into... It looks like some of these stations are requesting iron and there's no train or not enough trains to feed them because it's probably requesting more than a train's worth of iron. I wonder if I can play around with the... that one in automatic. A 3.8 network 2. So why is that? Why are those two trains not doing anything? No train for iron for steel. Well, those should be picking up iron because that is all, unless they're not on. But these are all standard, unless they're not wired in. I'm just wondering if those two depots aren't actually wired into the main thing, or if there's a maximum number of depots you can actually stick on a controller, on a combinator. Okay. Production science stone drop off. Right, okay. So I need to have some more signals here because the train sitting there was blocking everything coming in here. So we need, I haven't got any chain signals on me. We've got any on the... So we'll have a chain signal there. No, we need a main signal there. A main signal there. Or the main signal there. Those were wired in incorrectly. I think I still had the wires going from station to station instead of lamp to lamp. I think once all the correct wires are in, there's no point in trying to take out the duff ones because you don't recover them, so there's no point. So it could well be that, let's just have a look. I mean, there's still plenty, right, yeah, there might not be enough iron here. That's looking like it is emptying out a little bit. So there could well be a shortage of trains here to deliver the iron. Right, we weren't producing as much on that side, but it looks like, yeah, it looks like the stone is a little bit scarce, which I suspected might be the case. Let's just click on that. So the train with that is on its way, but it should, I mean, to be fair, I could put more trains on this line, but it is still a long way away. So I'll redo the stone mine to be closer. But let's just have a little look. Right, so we've got lots and lots of trains sort of lining up here to feed the iron in. I might change the request threshold on these stations. They might be wrong. That reckons it's short of 68,000. Right, it's not unloading evenly. Right, I know. I haven't got enough room to have a balancer here. I might have. It could be that because these lines aren't outputting evenly or sort of drawing evenly. So yeah, that line is running out, and there's still plenty in the other stations, which means there's loads of trains stacked up to deliver the coal, the iron ore rather. But that just means that there isn't enough. There aren't enough trains left to do the requests elsewhere. So the trains are sitting there. They're not necessarily fully emptying before the 2 minutes is up. Yeah. And then it goes to the cleaning station. Right. I might have to redesign the iron delivery for the steel. That's interesting. That was still sitting there. Is there anything actually on that train? Cargo content 16,000. Yeah, I might have to move these stations a little bit further apart and put a balancer in so that it empties these trains. Or, now even then, using bots to empty the trains, I've tried this before, and we still have a situation where they just take from the nearest one and they don't always empty evenly. I was thinking when I built this that having 8 lines coming in and 8 lines coming out would even it all out, but it does mean apparently it's not that straightforward, is it? Yeah, it's because these aren't fully balanced, or they're not drawing from the lines evenly when it comes to fill the. There's a balancer here, but there isn't a balancer sort of necessarily on the output here, so it's not drawing from each stack of smelters evenly, which means it's not inputting into the smelters evenly, which means it's not drawing from the trains evenly. Okay, so we might just need a little bit of rebuilding down there, and it might only be a case of, you know, let's just move. I'll have to see sort of how much an 8 to 8 balancer is quite deep, isn't it? So I might have to move some of this down by sort of 40 or 50 tiles or something. But on the whole, what's that doing? That's delivering steel to there. Okay. Maybe I've got the requests slightly wrong on the... Right, so let's go over a minute. So we're hovering... Right, so we've got 5,500 red, 5,200 chemical, 5,000 something green. And then this still includes what's going on in the main base. But only 2,700 on the purple. So the purple looks like it is lagging. The red, green and blue look like they're working properly because they look, you know, they're getting the ingredients that they need and they're outputting the required amounts. I think it's the stone coming into there that is slowing it down. We're not seeing any. I mean, we were seeing some traffic jams early on when everything was requesting everything all in one go. But it seems to have settled itself down. There's trains sitting in the depots waiting to be used. Everything does seem to be coming in. I mean, I might still sort of double up on the smelting because obviously we still haven't put in utility science or the satellites or anything else. So there's still more production to go in. But it does look like everything is full. That is full of blue circuits. That is full of blue circuits. You know, so as and when a train requests those, they're ready to go. Yeah, the chemical science is... Nice and even. That is certainly, they certainly look extremely even coming out onto there. And it should be the same for the purple science coming off there. Well, again, they are waiting for stone. Do I need more drop-off stations? So I've got here, yeah, I've got basically lots of steel sort of requested for this end because we're requesting 153,000 but steel. So that's got the full 153,000 in it, so why is it right? So it looks like it's making a request. See, it shouldn't make a request until it's sort of 32,000 down. That says it's got 153,000 in it, so at the moment it's only emptying off the train when it actually uses something. Ah, it's because that's right. That wasn't connected in properly. So that's on the chemical science steel input. Right, okay. That wasn't... Right, so one of these stations is a little bit sparse when it comes to the oil coming in. That's very low. Yeah, there's almost no oil coming in there. So I think I still definitely do need to... there were some other... some other oil stations. There's one there. Was there a couple of others? Oh yes, it's for the sulfur and sulfuric acid, wasn't it? So I put pump jacks on here, but I'm not doing anything with them. So I might have to tap into those for the plastic. Unless there was... Right, so there's a bit of oil. There's a lot of oil over there. So I'm going to have to bring in that oil over there. Hey up, what's going on over here? Right. Yowza. What's going on with that one? Waiting for source items. Ah, right, okay. Ha ha ha. Right. That train can't leave, because that train can't leave, because this can't leave, because that train is blocking that one, and that train can't go because this one. That train can't get in there because it's full or something. And that train can't get out, and that train can't go. Ah, aha, complete gridlock. I might therefore not use these stations. It's getting worse and worse and worse, isn't it? Okay. I will I think I'll abandon these as I said, I'll abandon these smelters here. I'll move them to the outside because we're in a situation now where all the trains are blocking all the other trains, and this is because a lot of these are still the old style junctions. And it's all eventually gone pear-shaped, but it took its time to go pear-shaped. And the pear-shapedness wasn't really due to what I was, well, sort of what I was expecting. I was thinking that we'd get some congestion with the trains. So yeah, let's move these smelting arrays out of the way, and let's make sure that all the stations, all the junctions of these Mark II versions, because that is a Mark II version coming in, but this is still only a Mark I version going out. And let's not have too many stations next to each other. I'll make sure that this station, this is what I did when I built this other depot on this side. This new one, where did I put it now? Let's go into map view. This depot here, I made sure that this line going in here and this line going in down here weren't too close to each other. And similarly, that one and that one weren't too close to each other. So I think I need to bear that in mind. And yeah, it's definitely this smelting area. I mean, I could still do it if I just have one smelting array in there. I think putting two in there was a little bit ambitious. But it seems to be, on the whole, I mean, I think all this congestion is due to the congestion at the top as well. And unless I sort of get in there and manually sort of move all the trains around, which I'm not going to do because this is just a test world. But yeah, I might have to. There's a train sitting there, and it's probably because of the way that I've signalled all the junctions. That a train maybe waits too far back or something. These are all in a queue. That is trying to go to the recycling station. That one is trying to go. Oh, well, I don't know. Needs a bit of rework, but only a bit of rework. And I know what it is I need to do, so can't really argue with that. So yes, I will take this out of editor mode. I will, yeah, this is only a test copy of the world anyway. So I'll do some more work on that, and we'll pick it up next time.